Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So quick video today talking about the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani blush palette. I'm really late on this particular bandwagon, so this video may not be of interest to many of you who've either got it or decided against it because it's been out for quite a while, but there may be a few of you who have been slow to pull the trigger like me and be interested in seeing this. I should say that it took me so long really even to look in person at the Gwen Stefani range because I had felt a little conned by all the hype into the Urban Decay Naked palette. I had over the years bought the odd Urban Decay item, mostly eye products, and really enjoyed them. And one of my all-time favourite products is their all-nighter finishing spray, which I find to be the best finishing spray on the market. So that's one of my kind of go-tos. So big plus for Urban Decay there. It used to be quite a difficult range to get hold of in the UK. I used to buy when I was in the States, but now it's very widely available, stocked in Debenhams, for example. And then came the Naked Frenzy, and I didn't buy the first palette, I bought the second. And I can kind of understand what all the fuss was about, in that you got a lot of neutrals for your money. But I bought it and I never really used it very much. I kind of found the shadows, they weren't difficult to work with in the sense, they kind of went on, they made a neutral eye, but I kind of felt they all kind of ran into each other, and I just found it difficult to achieve a particularly nice look with them. They didn't wear particularly well on me. They weren't terrible, but they weren't great for the price point. And I found the palette, number 2 was the kind of tin one, so it was much more durable than the cardboard number 1 palette, that kind of flocked paper. But it was quite a heavy tin. It was too big to put in your handbag. It was quite awkward to take away with you. I just much preferred smaller palettes. So anyway, long intro. That kind of put me off the hyped Urban Decay palettes. Now, Gwen Stefani, I like her look. Although she goes for the bold lip, she's got pale skin. So other than the lip look, I would go for the same colourways as her. I've looked at the eye palette. It seems to be quite a nice eye palette, but I really don't need it. And I looked a few times at this, the blush palette. And as I say, I pulled the trigger the other week when I had time to go out shopping. It's a really nice palette, although, again, the same sort of thing that I just said about the Naked palette does apply to this. It's a big, heavy palette to cart around with you, no two ways about it. I like the packaging. It's very substantial. It's got a little plaque on here. It's going to travel well, protects your colours, but it's heavy. Yeah, what can I say? Having said that, what I like about it for travel is you've got 2 definite, well, 3 blush colours really, because this one works as a blush for me. You've got a definite highlight, a sort of midway between highlight and a blush colouring on me, and a contour colour. So in theory, if you're like me, going away for more than one night, I would definitely take at least 2 blushes, at least 1 highlight, possibly a contour, although I don't always take a contour. So, I'd be carrying a minimum of 3, 4, often singles from Chanel. So when I look at it in those terms, carting this palette around isn't so bad. Second point to make, this is a palette for pale girls, obviously. The colours work really, really well on me. They're not going to work so well if you don't have pale Northern European skin. Let's show you. Nice consistency, nice and soft, but not too soft. Very pretty pale pink It's not matte, it's got a bit of luster, but it's not too shimmery. And a more shimmery, I really like this colour, rose with a bit of gold in it. This is a really flattering colour, and you can see pretty pigmented there. This kind of reminds me a little bit of my beloved Chanel Plum Attraction that I can't remember if I've actually thrown it yet, but I'm going to have to because it's totally dried up. And this is the same sort of tone. It's got more gold in it, but this quite kind of cool plummy pink, very flattering for me. And then this very pale pop of pink. Both of these work really well. And I find this colour here, I don't know whether it's meant to be a blush. I haven't even looked what it says on the back. Yeah, it doesn't tell you what they're meant to be. Look at that. A lot of sheen in a kind of sandy coral. Really pretty colour for the summer in particular. And then this one here, again, definitely usable as a blush highlight for me. And then at the back, this one definitely is a highlight, showing up really nice and gold there. But honestly, all of these are kind of interchangeable and very usable. And then finally, a more matte, but perfect, not too orangey contour bronzer. Really a contour on me. And that's the only kind of true matte one in there. So all really usable colours if you're pale, and you definitely got your contouring covered, your highlighting covered, and then a kind of, depending on your colouring, mixture of highlights and blushes, or all kind of blush colours. So useful palette, I think particularly useful in the spring, summer, but you know, kind of all year. The consistencies are nice. And then number 3, the real plus point for me, these wear well. I don't find myself having to reapply or looking peaky pale when I check at myself at lunchtime, having applied them early in the morning. They're definitely going to last you all evening. You probably can get through, unless your working day is very, very long like mine. They're going to last you all working day, which is really nice. Good mirror. I haven't actually used it. I haven't taken the plastic off, as you can see, but very usable for travel. You could definitely do your makeup in that size mirror. So all in all, I really like this palette. I did look, as I say, at the eye one as well, and that seemed to be actually much nicer consistency than I remember the Naked shadows being, and again a nice selection for pale skinned with a lot of neutrals in there, but I just couldn't justify buying it because it was kind of too neutral and too big given what I've already got in my makeup drawers. So yeah, that's a definite star back to Urban Decay. And I hope this is useful if some of you out there have been considering but holding back. Definitely one to go and have a look at, and a nice palette for this time of year. So until next time, bye for now.